Welcome to another broadcast of the Lorain County Commissioners' General Meeting. Unless otherwise announced, meetings are held Thursday mornings at 9:30 at the Lorain County Administration Building, 226 Middle Avenue, 4th floor, downtown Elyria. These are public meetings, and as always, you are invited to attend.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning and welcome to the October 7th meeting of the Lorain County Board of Commissioners. We have an appointment at 9:30. I didn't want to take the show away from you, Teresa. Are you going to read that, or shall we just turn it over to Rebecca?
We could do whatever you'd like to do.
Okay. Well, there's no sense in reading it twice. Rebecca Jones from Community Development. We cut you out of the picture too, Ron.
Yes, Rebecca Jones, Lorain County Community Development. This morning we have a tax abatement enterprise zone agreement between North Ridgeville, Ohio and JBC Technologies. You may recall that a few months ago we did award a revolving loan fund loan to JBC for purchase of machinery and equipment. They are moving from Elyria and they're building a new site in North Ridgeville. This agreement would give them a 10-year 75% abatement on the $2.5 million investment. It would be personal property and real property. Mayor Gillick from North Ridgeville is here, and he could answer more questions or talk to you a little bit more about the tax abatement. So at this time, I will turn it over to Mayor Gillick. Thank you.
Good morning, Mayor.
Thank you, and for allowing me to be here and speak just for a little bit this morning. This is a project that North Ridgeville certainly supports, bringing in total 100 new jobs to North Ridgeville and 50 new jobs to Lorain County. In fact, the City of North Ridgeville Council developed a special development district in this particular area where Route 10 exits onto Lorain Road in North Ridgeville. It's designed to accommodate businesses such as this in that area. There's a drive-in movie theater there, a railroad track, and then there's residential, and the idea is to put the more innocuous type businesses in the middle, the restaurants, the heavy traffic, progress out to light industries such as this, and offices, research and development, and then to the residents. So you have a smooth transition, an attractive entrance to the city, and this fits perfectly with that plan. So I certainly hope that you will approve this, and if you've got any questions, I'll try to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Racy, do you have any questions?
Yes, I do. Do you have the letters from the schools?
Yes, we do have those, yes.
Okay, that's important. And the jobs will be Lorain County residents, do you know that?
49 of them work there now, and I believe they're all Lorain County residents, and they had indicated that they would hire an additional 50. Didn't say exactly where they would get them, but I presume they're going to be reasonably close for travel distance. That's one of the advantages of the location right here where it's at, though, for transportation and access. It's very close to Route 10 as well as the Ohio Turnpike.
Okay, but there's no stipulation that they should hire Lorain County residents?
No.
Okay, and do you know when they plan on moving?
They've cleared the land. As soon as we get the approvals, they'll start building. I believe they'd like to be in there around the first of the year.
Okay, that's all the questions I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything further, Rebecca?
The only additional comments that I would have, Commissioners, are that we have worked very closely with JBC over the past probably 9 months to help them with this expansion. We did work with them for all the proper notifications, not only to the schools but also to the City of Elyria, since they will be leaving their site in Elyria. They are landlocked there and have no room for expansion.
and that is why we have been working with them, and we have also worked very closely with North Ridgeville on this project.
Thank you, Rebecca. I move that the Board of Commissioners approve the tax abatement enterprise zone agreement that's been presented to us.
Second.
Any further discussion? Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Our next thing is at 9:45. I'll proceed to resolutions first and then we'll
Okay.
come back. Resolutions, Job and Family Services bills.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Investments.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Appropriations.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Transfers.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Advances and repayments.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Requisitions.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Travel expenses.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Bills.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
There were no personal issues. Under the Commissioners, reappoint Helene Stone as a member of the Western Reserve Area Agency on the Aging Board of Trustees effective January 1st, 2005 through December 31st, 2007.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Notifying Lorain County Safe Harbor, Inc., DBA Genesis House, a shelter for victims of domestic violence. They are eligible for release of funds in the estimated amount of $75,000 collected as part of marriage license fees and annulments, divorces or dissolutions, fees pursuant to ORC 2303.201 and 3113.33 through 39.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Authorize the release of retainage to Berger Structural Steel Company, Akron, Ohio, in the amount of $131,556 plus interest for work performed on Lorain County Justice Center. All necessary paperwork has been completed.
I would assume, Mr. Cordez, that since this is on the agenda, you've approved it.
That's correct, Commissioner. We've resolved any outstanding issues with Berger Steel through a successful negotiation and partnership for some of the delays that we incurred at the onset of the project. So I would encourage you to support this and move forward. Thank you.
Also moved.
Second.
Further discussion? Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Under the Community Development Department, instruct the clerk to advertise notice of the second public hearing for the filing of an application to the State of Ohio to participate in the Small City CDBG Economic Development Program to be held on Thursday, October 21st, 2004 at 10 a.m. This notice will be published in the Chronicle Telegram on October 8th and 15th.
So moved.
Discussion? Oh, I'm sorry.
Support. You just wanted to run ahead.
Discussion?
No, whatever.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Under Job and Family Services, approve and enter into a contract with CASNet to backfile onto CD-ROM child support payment records from the beginning of record keeping with the domestic relations judges when they had the Child Support Bureau. This project will be done through the state purchasing with state term schedule number 777364A, which is good through May 31st, 2007, for a total cost not to exceed $57,319, which includes $2,000 for other costs associated with the project, like transportation costs, document copying, and destruction. This amount will be paid out of CSEA Contract Services 28501-0904-450101, and no general fund dollars will be used.
So moved.
I'll second.
Discussion?
I noticed that Joe Gitilio is here. Joe, it's nice to see you. Do you have something to say to us, or you're just here?
Just if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
You want to do the public
I
hearing?
think we're moving pretty close.
Second public hearing on the CDBG ED application, RFL, or LF. Rebecca?
Rebecca?
Rebecca Jones, Lorain County Community Development Department. I'm just going to go right into my comments to discuss the purpose of the public hearing, a program overview, and the project that we are discussing today. This hearing is to discuss an application to the Ohio Department of Development for funding under the Community Development Block Grant Economic Development Program, a federally funded program administered by the state. Before funds can be awarded, 2 public hearings must be held. The first public hearing was held on February 5th, 2004, and explained the program, guidelines, and general objectives. The second public hearing, which is being held today, is to explain a specific project that is being considered. This public hearing gives us the opportunity to hear from persons, organizations, and officials throughout the county concerning the use of CDBG funds for this project. The Community Development Block Grant Program was established under the Housing and Community Development Act that was passed in 1974 and amended in 1992. Funding for the HUD entitlement communities is dispersed directly from the federal government, whereas small cities' allocations are dispersed through the state. The Act established 3 national objectives. An activity must meet at least one of the following national objectives to receive CDBG funds. 1, benefit low and moderate income persons and/or households. 2, aid in the elimination of slum and blight conditions. 3, meet an urgent community development need. Under the CDBG Economic Development Program, funds are primarily used for job creation, business retention, or attraction. At least 51% of the jobs created must be made available to low and moderate income persons and/or households. The county has been asked to apply for $240,000 of FY04 CDBG funding for infrastructure grant assistance to the Walgreens project in the city of North Ridgeville. Walgreens in the city of North Ridgeville are also requesting a $100,000 grant from the Lorain County Revolving Loan Fund. The infrastructure improvements will allow for the development of a Walgreens drugstore at the intersection of Center Ridge Road and Lear-Nagel. Currently, there is a jog in Lear-Nagel Road and 2 traffic lights on Center Ridge within close proximity of one another. This situation creates a traffic hazard. The infrastructure improvements call for Lear-Nagel to be straightened. This will alleviate the traffic hazard and create the required corner lot for the construction of Walgreens. The total project cost is estimated to be $3.7 million. The cost of the road construction is approximately $805,000. The proposed project will be creating 29.5 full-time equivalent jobs. Following this public hearing, the application will be reviewed by the Lorain County Economic and Industrial Development Corporation, or the CIC. The CIC will meet to discuss this matter on or after October 28th. The item will then be placed on the Board of County Commissioners' agenda on or after October 28, 2004. The entire application will then be forwarded to the Ohio Department of Development.
Thank you, Rebecca.
You're welcome.
Mayor, do you have any comments that you wish to make on this application?
Again, thank you. And just briefly, this project meets at least 2 of the objectives of the CDBG grant requirements. Number 1, most of the jobs do fall into the definition of lower moderate incomes. And in addition, and most significantly, I think, to the city of North Ridgeville, does meet an urgent community need. That particular intersection was graded an F for most of the time in the past. About 2 years ago, using the TIF project, we put in a Tops grocery store and got it up to a C at that time. And with the city's growth, it's continued to deteriorate. It may still be a C, I would doubt it. With this improvement, we'll be able to align both sections of Lear-Nagel, significantly improving traffic, relieving congestion, and making it much more safe in that area. In addition, it's bringing 29 new jobs to the city, and it is our intent, using the $475,000 created by the TIF agreement, along with the $240,000 grant application, to pay for most of the project. And at this time, we're foregoing discussion of the $100,000 revolving loan agreement, because we'd like to move forward with this expedited as much as possible. We've had delays from Indiana bats and archaeological surveys and several other things, and Walgreens is anxious to get moving, and we're willing to step up to the plate for our part, so we appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Since this is a public hearing, is there anyone here who would like to comment or have a question regarding this application? Seeing none, I guess this would conclude this part of the public hearing, and with a note that Rebecca has said that this item will appear before the Lorain County CIC on or before October 28th, and then it will come back before the Board of Commissioners for action.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Madam Clerk?
Under the Solid Waste Management District, authorize Lorain County Solid Waste Management District to partner with Century Tel, BFI, and Burger King to hold their annual telephone book collection from October 29, 2004 through November 15, 2004. Authorize the following expenditures for advertising from account 20201-5302-49301 and BFI from account, and there's going to be a change in this, 20201-5302-490-101 rather than 491010. Adelphia is $460. WEOL radio is $2,125. WOBL $635. WJTB $325. BFI $540 for a total budget of $4,085.
Also move.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, I just have a question. Hey, Dan, is this the program where Burger King, if they bring a telephone book in, Burger King gives the kid a hamburger or something?
Even an adult, too. I don't think you have to be a kid.
Oh, okay.
Dan Billman, the Solid Waste Director for the Commissioners. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I'd be remiss if I didn't compliment the two young ladies up there on the podium that they're color coordinated this morning. Very nice.
Yeah. Blend right in.
This is a program that's been held for quite a number of years, since 1997 that I know of. And yes, Commissioner, you bring in a phone book and you get a coupon for a free Whopper Jr. Through Burger King. It's an excellent program that we put on throughout the years. It brings in a lot of phone books. And also, this year, we have recycled plastic and phone book rulers.
These are nice.
So that's kind of unique. It's very hard to recycle the phone books. It's one of the cheapest paper that you can buy. So it's very important that we get these phone books out of the landfill and into a recycling process. And this is just one of the things that we can do with the phone books. Any questions?
No, that's it. Well, thanks to Burger King for all those Whopper Juniors. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Under Domestic Relations, approve and enter into an operating renewal agreement between the Board of Commissioners and Airmark Oak Brook, Illinois, to provide food service for the detention home and residential complex. This agreement is effective October 9, 2004, and contains a 90-day written cancellation clause. The price per meal is $2.97 for residents, an increase of 4 cents, and $1.57 for staff, which is an increase of 2 cents based upon an inflationary food price index.
So move.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Under the engineer, approve and enter into subdividers and escrow agreement with Lorain County Board of Commissioners and Rich Barron, Creekside LaGrange LLC for Creekside Subdivision, LaGrange Township. The estimated construction cost is $384,932, and the certificate of insurance was filed by the Hoffman Group, Rio, Ohio.
So move.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Approve and enter into subdividers and escrow agreement with Lorain County Board of Commissioners and Lost Elms Development Corp. from Lost Elms Subdivision, Carlisle Township. The estimated construction cost is $273,935.71, and certificate of insurance was filed by Allen Thorey Deloitte, Inc., Elyria, Ohio.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Rescind Resolution Number 03-540 adopted July 10, 2003, granting a vacation of a portion of Peasley Road in Brownhelm Township.
So move. Oh,
I didn't look. Why are we doing this?
Do you want? I'll have Jerry explain it.
Commissioner, we're actually doing this at the request of the Brownhelm Township trustees. There's a landowner who is at the end of that vacated road who believes that he should have been notified. We're not really convinced that that's the case, but we felt rather than get into a big argument about it, the better thing to do would be to go ahead and reconduct the hearings and give the man an opportunity to be heard.
Okay, so we're going to start over. Okay, thank you, Jerry.
I moved.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Approve a change order in the amount of $14,499.30 to Crossroad Asphalt Inc., Columbia Station, Ohio, for the Hot Applied Crack Seal Program. The increase was for additional 15,675 pounds needed at a cost of .925 per pound. Resolution number 04-557, approve the contract at a cost of $137,320.25.
Did you say 157? It's 137.
$137,320.
Is that what you said? All right, I misunderstood you. Thanks. So move.
Second.
Discussion. Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Mr. Cortez, County Administrator?
No comments or reports this morning. Thank you.
Mr. Ennis, Assistant County Prosecutor?
I don't have a report either.
But we're glad you're here.
I did forget to wear my pink mauve suit.
I hope you don't have one.
Commissioners report?
Commissioner Vacy?
I have none.
And I have none.
Old business?
None?
None here.
New business?
None.
Other than what's noted, the Commissioners will have an administration briefing on Tuesday, October 12th at 9:30 a.m. to discuss the Sewer Project 108 with the trustees of Carlisle Township. Board correspondence?
I move the reading be waived.
Second.
Discussion? Ms. Blair? Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
Public comment?
Is there any, good morning, Shirley.
I'm a little more ready this morning. I would like to report to the multitudes assembled here and out on your TV land that an important ruling was made on September the 22nd, 2004 in Judge Betleski's court about the Sunshine Law. This ruling is a summary judgment, and it said that the Wellington Township Zoning Code Review Committee had 13 violations of the Sunshine Law. Holding private meetings, meetings without public notice, about public business, and paid for with public funds. Damages will be assessed at an October 18th, 2004 meeting by Judge Betleski. $500 per violation, attorney's fees and costs, and the code revisions declared inoperable. Whether this case is appealed eventually or not, attention should be paid and careful reading of the case be made, not only by public officials, but also by citizens. Obviously, an open government is the basis of a democratic government.
Thank you for your comments and your information. David, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Two things this morning. One, I note that the agenda for this meeting did get back to the website this week, so after an absence of 2 weeks, I appreciate that being back on. Also, I noticed that the correspondence does not yet include notice about the conference going on at Lorain County Community College on the 16th of October, and because this will be on your video on Monday night, which is the last time it'll be on TV before that conference, I just wanted to note there will be a conference, a joint conference of the African American community leadership and the Hispanic community leadership, Hispanic Latino community leadership on basically the status and prospects for minorities in Lorain County on the 16th. It's all day long. It's got a bunch of co-sponsors, and I'm sure that flyer will get to the commissioners and it'll appear on your correspondence list next week. But because that'll be too late for anybody who sees this, they can call the Lorain County Urban League at the number that's in the phone book and get a copy of that flyer. But I think it's going to be a pretty interesting meeting, and it's all day on Saturday the 16th. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Anyone else? Seeing none? Oh, I'm sorry. You gotta move faster. I'm
too old for that, Commissioner.
Oh, no, you're not.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Today doesn't make any difference. We better grab this manna from heaven and work on it. I hope we get Mr. Twining and even the other county entities that are involved in the economic developments, the Bureau. We should give them 100% backing. You've initiated the first thing, and now we have to progress and attack this thing hard. Matter of fact, we have to go after tooth, tongue, and nail. Some of the people in the township are already starting to cry. Their homes are going to go eminent domain. If we don't get this project, that's going to be a moot issue. There won't be nothing left. This county has a chance for revitalization. You've taken the first step. I congratulate you. That you won't have to water those roses. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir, your name for the record?
Bert Lacrosse, L-A-C-R-S-S-C.
Thank you, Mr. Lacrosse. Anyone else who wants to address the board? Nobody?
Commissioner Blair, you know what? We should probably mention that Solid Waste Department has moved to inform people where they're at now.
Great
They're up here on the 4th floor now. And people will probably still be going across the street looking for you when you're
They
over
can
here.
find Dan's old goat. All they have to do is walk by the door.
Yes.
They can look, but they won't be building there much longer.
Well, I think that people should know where they're at, and they're over here in the administration building on the 4th floor.
Thank you, Commissioner Vase. Anyone else? Monday's a holiday. I move we adjourn.
Second.
Ms. Blair?
Aye.
Ms. Vacy?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Unless otherwise announced, meetings are held Thursday mornings at 9:30 at the Lorain County Administration Building, 226 Middle Avenue, 4th floor, downtown Elyria. These are public meetings, and as always, you are invited to attend.